and advances in the respect of all cultures. It takes us on a more national and symbolic and even global perspective. The events of 1865 in Texas are not forgotten, for all the roots tied back to this fertile soil from which a national day of pride is constantly growing. The celebration of Juneteenth is called Juneteenth and grew with more participation from its descendants. Juneteenth celebration was a time of reassuring each other, for praying, and for gathering remaining family members. Juneteenth continued with many former slave owners and descendants making an annual pilgrimage back to Galveston, Texas on this day. Juneteenth also always forces us to educate and self-development of our people. Often guest speakers are brought in, and the elders are called upon to recall the events of that past. Prayer services were also a major part of these celebrations. Juneteenth beginnings. Juneteenth is the oldest known celebration commemorating the ending of slavery in the United States. Dating back to 1865, it has on June 19th that the Union soldiers led by General Gordon Granger landed at Galveston, Texas. The news that the war had ended and the enslavement of our people was over and we were free. Note, this was 2.5 years after President Lincoln emancipated the slaves, officially on January 1st, 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation had little impact on the Texans due to minimum numbers of Union troops at the end of that era. A new executive order was issued with no teeth. However, with the surrender of General Lee in April of 1865 and the arrival of General Garrison Regiment to reinforce and finally strong-tied the rebels and influenced and overcame the resistance of trying to keep our people in slavery. Later attempts can be explained why 2.5 years delay took place in Texas. Others are telling stories that a messenger whose murderers on his life to Texas with the news of freedom will commence. I heard that while Africans who were born in America were traveling west, saw their brothers in the field, said, "Why y'all still working? Don't you know we's a free?" They had no idea for 2 years later. But as we continue to move forward, Juneteenth and celebrate in Texas today by thousands of people, slowly but surely, it will spread, and maybe a new executive order will Juneteenth will be a national holiday as well as a global holiday. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Nathan, for the word, followed by the president of, Protocol Black and Hispanic Caucus first, and then the president of the board second. Thank you.
To the organizers, thank you. We honor those sacrifices that our ancestors have made, and hopefully, when we draft in the future, we can remember those mistakes we've done in the past, as well as those things we've done good, to make sure that the future is much brighter than the past has been. So thank you, and God bless you guys.
Celebrate this day of freedom with all of you. And nothing more important than freedom, and I think if you think back on how many great it must have been for those folks to finally be free. It's hard to imagine what it would be like to be enslaved and then be told you were free. And this is just a great holiday. So thanks for allowing me to participate.
Clifton Graves, and he is one of the appointed officials in the group out here, and I could think of no other honor for him to come up and give us a few words concerning Juneteenth, as well as what we have accomplished here since then. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody. It is an honor to be here, and I think you're absolutely right. First of all, let me commend the board. Let's give them another hand. Give yourselves a hand. The board for passing this resolution in honor of Juneteenth. As I was going to indicated, this is a great day, but the irony of it is, I think it was pointed out certainly by Brother Joyner, is that it took so long. It took 6 months, actually almost a year and a half, before the word filtered down across the country about the end of the war, and that our folk in the southwest part of the country, in Texas and other places, found out about it so long afterwards. But nonetheless, it's a great time of celebration, and it's a great time for us to reflect on what's happening right now in our country. In fact, we do have a man of color who is not a president of the United States, but we all of us recognize, whether we African American, Latino, male or female, gay or straight, Jewish or Muslim, that we still have many challenges that face us, that still confront us every single day in this country when it comes to race, when it comes to gender, when it comes to fairness and equity for all of us. So the challenge of Juneteenth is not only to acknowledge and recognize the celebration of this day and the significance of this day, but to accept and embrace the challenges that still await each of us. And it's incumbent on each of us to, again, accept those challenges, meet those challenges head on, and prepare ourselves for the battles and the struggles and challenges that await us as we leave this place. So again, I thank you. I'm honored to be a part of this, Mr. Jones, and I thank you all for being a part of this. And let us continue to battle. It was a great Frederick Douglass who was alive when Juneteenth was commemorated initially. He once said that if there is no struggle, there is no progress. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those of us who profess to favor freedom and deprecate agitation are men and women who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want the rain without the thunder and the lightning. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. We may not get all we pay for in this world, right, Alderman Perez, but we must certainly pay for what we get. For power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has and it never will. If there is no struggle, there will be no progress. God bless you all, and thank you so much for celebrating Juneteenth. Thank you.
The Graves. And right now I'm going to read the proclamation of the City of New Haven. We just say at this moment, we thank the ancestors. We thank them because we continue to lean on them. We continue to stand on their shoulders. We continue to just lean on what they have gone through to get us thus far. We call on their strength. Yes, we call on their strength, Father, as we call on your strength, because we know that you empowered them to go through what they went through with grace and with dignity. We thank you, God. We thank you, ancestors. We give you reverence right now, for without you, it would be no us. We just pray that we continue to be mindful of where we were so that we can reach higher heights in our communities, in our states, in our country, and globally. God, we just thank those that assembled here today. And this is our prayer for our ancestors. In Jesus' name I pray.